And we're live. Hold on. Okay, so good morning, everyone. This is Sean Rucker. I'm the owner of SportBike Chic, and we have this morning, Jessica. So Jessica, go ahead and tell us about Buds a little bit. Recap
Good.
for our folks that are just tuning in for the first time.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. I am Jessica Vincent, and I am currently the treasurer for the BUDS Foundation. The BUDS Foundation is a nonprofit foundation, and it stands for Bikers United to Defend Safe Driving. Our mission is to educate awareness and safety in the community and on the roads for all levels of riding, while supporting the injured riders and families of the fallen whenever possible. And our vision is how do we do that is we educate and advocate for awareness and safety through social and information platforms, host seminars, promote programs geared to safety of the community and riding community, while showing support and compassion whenever possible to those injured riders and fallens of the family.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And, you know, this morning we're just having a little bit of coffee. Well, I have coffee. Jessica has to get some still.
I have no coffee.
But at the same time, I think what we want to do is just kind of recap where we've been over the past week or so with our Get to Know series. So as you know, we've had OG Weasel, we've had Jen Brew from the Jacksonville ride, and then we've also had Justice from the Southern Fall ride. So we've had like a few different folks, a few more folks that are coming up. I had a chance to talk to White Chocolate, and she's going to be on Monday afternoon or Monday evening. And then we also have a special guest on Thursday evening. And I'm gonna tell you now, I talked to both these folks in detail, and I know they're probably like, can you get me off the phone, please? But one question led to the next, and it was just so interesting, the wealth of information and the wealth of knowledge that they have. And I think with nothing else, one of the things that I can appreciate about this endeavor is the diversity, getting to know folks and the backgrounds and all the things they really do bring to the table. I mean, whether you're part of an MC, whether you're part of an organization, lifestyle, or whatever, as long as you ride, I think that's the most important part. And of course, you have women and men, they are going to have a completely different experience. The folks that are in the MC world are going to have a completely different experience than those independents. But at the same time, the thing that brings us all together, the things that's always brought us all together, is that ability to get on a bike, go, just be there, break bread, and call it a day, and get up and do it again. So I think that's the thing. So it kind of hits home a little bit more these days because of the piece about diversity, because of the different backgrounds. And, if you ever go into a situation, and you already have an image in your head about who this person is or who they could be because, whether skin color, race, sex, or anything else, it's like you're truly doing yourself a disservice because you're truly underestimating all the things that these folks actually bring to the table. So all that to say, so Jessica, what are some of your favorite parts?
Oh gosh, with the interviews, it's been so many great things being said. I really do like how, for instance, I know with the interview with Jen and Justice, they both have a ride that they do. And I love that because I love doing charity rides. I love riding with, I'm finding myself, I love riding with a group of people because you get to meet so many people, you get to network, and it's so many different backgrounds. But yeah, the different rides that they do, I love those. That was one of the things that stuck out with both of those. And then just being able to just, like you said earlier, just being able to just ride. It doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter what you do. All of that doesn't matter. It just matters when you hop on those 2 wheels, and for some others, it may be 3 wheels, and for those who got those 4 wheels also. Just hop on what you got and just going and just, just enjoying each other's company, just having fun. But yeah.
So do you know White Chocolate and do you know Two Guns?
I do not know them. I have not met them yet.
Okay. Well, I know that white chocolate, I mean, I taught her yesterday, great background, lots of stuff with women empowerment and
Oh,
being mentored to women riders. And I mean, I'm actually really excited to share all the stuff that she has to bring to the table on Monday. Right. And then I'm gonna tell you now, I know two guys was like, okay, can you please get me off the phone with this chick? Because I was sitting there asking question after question, like, oh my gosh, just hanging on every word. Because what I can appreciate about people, and I think this is just more of a Sean thing or SB thing, I like to learn, right? I like to learn about all the different things, the background, and just, what happened way back, what are some of the things that the way it's supposed to be, what are people's different interpretations. And so I like when people are able to share knowledge. I think that's what actually allows us to all grow as as human beings and really grow into the people we're supposed to be. Whatever you're a part of or you're trying to be a part of, you want to know what that is. And I mean, there's so many people that are willing to share that information and willing to share that knowledge if you actually just sit there and listen to them. So I think those are things that I appreciate more. So, I mean, for example, when I was listening to OG Weasel and just some of the things that he had to share and the knowledge that he had to share, I think it was just really interesting knowing or kind of confirming, some of his thoughts. And I know that's some of the things that I used to think along the way about peer pressure and everything else like that. And how do you kind of overcome those things and just acknowledging that it really exists, and that people kind of give into it. So I think some of my favorite parts have been and will be some of those folks that actually really just sharing knowledge. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you now, Jen's energy was absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely wonderful. I love it. I love how she was able to just kind of get up there, start going, and that she did something more. Like each of these folks that we are talking to, it's not that they don't ride. It's not that they're doing something, that anyone else couldn't do. It's that person that takes that next step, that takes that extra effort to take it to the next level. Right. So
Right.
instead of actually going to the ride and thinking about, oh yeah, this is cool, some folks actually get out and plan the ride and they advertise, they bring people in and, make that an experience for some people. Like with this Southern Fall ride that Justice is doing and all the stuff that she's actually experienced in her day and her passion for civil rights and her passion for social justice. I mean, those are some of the things that actually really take us to the next level as human beings. And then definitely as motorcyclists, I mean, how could you not? So I'm actually looking forward to, some of the events that are coming up because now I think I'm going to probably attend a few. But of course, we want to do it safe. We want to make sure we're paying attention to COVID and everything else like that. But those are just some of the things that I recall and I kind of feel passionate about and inspired about from listening to some of the folks that we've interviewed.
Now, one thing that that you brought up was about knowledge. And one of the things that I did really like that both Jen and Justice said was, that they, even though they host their own rides, that they share other rides too, that they're, that they make sure that they get the other rides out there too, even though it's the same thing, and maybe, similar to what they're doing, like it's no shame in their game. It's not about themselves. It's about, networking and spreading that knowledge because, like Jen said, which I agree, everybody's not going to be able to go down to that one place to do that ride. So if there's others, rides in other cities closer to, let's say myself or yourself, okay, let's share that out there because it's not about it's my ride or it's your ride, it's a ride. It's just a ride. So I did like that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she brought up, so many interesting folks. And I know one name she mentioned was Portia. I think Portia Taylor from Black Girls Ride. It was her birthday the other day, I believe.
Yes.
So happy belated birthday, Portia. But I think, just being able to acknowledge all those folks, it's just about us getting together and empowering each other and really promoting each other because there's a space for everyone, right? Is there space for everyone? It's just a matter of, I'm not going to go to California like next week. That's just realistic. I have other things to do. Okay. But, if there's something local or someone local that I can support, absolutely. There are other people that make motorcycle gear, you know, at the same time. That's okay too. And but I think my stuff is different. And I think there's so many variations out there, women motorcyclists and women riders, that everything that we get out there, no matter who makes it, that's going to be the stuff that actually allows us to all get home safe. And I think at the heart of everything, there are two things that I always like to focus on. One, I'm sorry, I'm making it a few things. I'm not going to just say two, because, you know, as soon as I say one thing, I'll go on like, oh yeah, by the way. But I think one is obviously riding. Two, riding safe, making sure you have protective gear. Three, I certainly appreciate Jen's topic about insurance, because that's something we absolutely have to have. But four, valuing people, right? Inclusion. And, you know, when you think about some of those things in the motorcycle world, when you have like different motorcycle groups and MCs and, you know, the folks that support MCs and everything else like that, I mean, it's just such a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of talent that's here, that you could just really get lost in it. And it's a world, it's a true lifestyle and true community. So unless you're actually paying attention, and you might miss some stuff if you're not paying attention.
That's right. You're absolutely right on that. You are absolutely right.
Well, now that we've established that I'm a genius, what else we got? Stop it. I would go that far every day. Jessica, doggone it. So I think if there's anything else that you like people to know about Buzz and our virtual event that's coming up, plug.
Yes, I got to pull up my little cheat sheet. I'm sorry, don't judge me. Pull my cheat sheet.
I'm about to judge, Jessica. Just kidding, I won't judge.
Don't do that. So these get to know series are in preparation for our big event. So every year in September, we have our Fallen Rider fundraiser weekend. This year, we are not having the outdoor event like we normally do, only because of COVID. We decided to make the decision to cancel the event we were going to have in Smithfield, because this was going to be our 10th year too. 10th year. So this year we decided to do a virtual event. Now, a virtual event is going to be online, of course, because it's virtual. It's going to be Thursday, September 10th, beginning at 7 p.m. It's going to be a panel. It's going to be hosted by Scooter Mitchell and his wife, Nudu Mitchell. And it's going to have the guest panelists up there are going to be Foxy, Patrice Johnson. You have Don White Chocolate Phillips. You have Mike OG Weasel Jones, and Two Guns. So it's going to be Thursday, September 10th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Make sure you all tune in. It's going to be on YouTube Live. It's going to be on SportSpike Chic channel. The Bud's channel. I'm sorry, the Bud's YouTube channel. I apologize.
But use like that. Stop playing. Where's it gonna be?
It's gonna be Thursday, September 10th, 2020 at 7 p.m. on YouTube Live on the Bud's channel.
On the Bud's channel.
On the Bud's channel. Bud's Foundation YouTube channel.
All right. And we will certainly try to make sure that we make this available to SportBike Chic as well. We try to do it live any way we can. We want to make sure that we get out there as much as possible. And I think that the interesting part, you know, I'm going to look on the bright side about this whole virtual aspect. I think you can reach a lot more people there. So if there are folks tuning in from California, tuning in to Texas, who may not have been able to ride, you know, all the way over here, this is a great opportunity to just really be able to get to know people and really just find out, you know, some of the things that we're doing in the motorcycle community. And I think if nothing else, that's a good thing. It's always good to make connections, get to know faces and get to know names and heck, stories and backgrounds and all the other stuff that people bring to the table. So,
Exactly.
So here's what's that?
So I think it's going to be great. I think the virtual event is going to be awesome. So, you know, we have a panel of great people, great backgrounds, a diverse background at that. So I think it's going to be an interesting conversation that's going to be had.
I agree. And you know what? I just lost my whole train of thought, but whatever it was, I know it was going to be profound. Just be aware of that. All
Sorry.
right.
I didn't mean to do that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But I think overall, what we're doing and what we're trying to do in terms of getting to know people, you know, whether we extend it beyond the Buds event or not, I think this is just a really great way to just get to know people, find out who they are, who the folks are in motorcycle community. So I think overall, in the 12 years that I've been riding, holy smokes, I don't believe it's been that many. I still feel like a baby compared to a lot of people that I come across. Like, oh, I've been riding for like 20 years. I'm like, oh yeah, I was a late bloomer because I didn't start until I was maybe years old. But it was
I was a late bloomer too. I was a real late bloomer. You know, I was in my early 20s? I was in my late 20s.
yeah.
Yes. I know I don't look old, y'all. I know I look like I'm 21. I know.
Girl, you look young. Stop playing. But no, I mean, you join things, I think people want to connect, right? You want to connect with people. First of all, I think motorcycling is a practical deal, right? It's less expensive than riding around in an SUV. So that's always a good thing. There's always the independence and the freedom of it that you can get up and go and just kind of be there, be in your own space, in your own zone. You can tune a lot of things out, a lot of people out. So that's why people say it's two-wheel therapy. That's absolutely right. It's taking two-wheel therapy because there have been many decisions and things that have been resolved just by riding in your head. But I think whether you decide to join something or not, I think it's always good to just be able to connect. That's the unique part about motorcycling that I don't think any other sport that I've ever experienced really has, that you're able to social distance naturally and kind of get your thoughts together. But at the same time, you're able to be a part of something bigger where people have that same passion and really be able to share some of those things, you know, at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
that, you know, riding and having a motorcycle is a great thing. And I do want to encourage anybody who is thinking about getting one or who wants to get one, you know, just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. But please be safe when doing so. Like I said, Buds Foundation, we are an advocate for safety. We do encourage people to take the motorcycle safety course, go through that course, get your license that way, make sure you're always wearing your protective gear. You got SportBike Chic here, with your protective gear, make sure you ride safe, just make sure you're riding safely out there.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't know, but I actually went to YouTube to learn how to ride a motorcycle like that when I actually got mine. But I mean, YouTube has a lot of stuff out there. But I will say I went back and took the MSF course. And it was absolutely, it really solidified, my knowledge and really gave me a lot more confidence to be able to get out and go riding. Because when I first started, all I was going to do is just ride on little back roads of North Carolina and just be able to enjoy my little ride. And that's it. I was going to go home and it was just going to be an innocent little Sean Wrecker. I was going to find a couple people to ride with, and that was it. And then they quickly evolved into going to the Outer Banks, going across country, riding down to Mississippi or whatever else it is. And whether I was with someone or not, it was just, hey, I want to be able to do this and ride and just enjoy it. What a great day, because I love being outside too. So even so, this has just been a huge part of my life, and I'm kind of grateful that I had this experience.
Yes, because I don't think with me riding, I don't think I would have met as many people as I have, had that many connections as I have without, my little trusty little bumblebee out there. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's so many connections, so many networks. I mean, it's just, I don't know, I enjoy it. When I learned how to ride, I did go through the course. Yeah, I went through the course, got my license. I said, you know what, I'm gonna get my first bike. My first bike was a little cruiser, and I was like, this is not what I really want. I really wanted that sports bike. When I got it, I've been on the go. I just love to ride. It's my two-wheel therapy.
Right.
Love it. I just love it.
Awesome. Well, I know we have things to do. I have breakfast to get to, but I do want to say thank you for joining today and just having a little chit chat with us and then recapping. Again, Sport Bike Chic, we have our stuff that's available in the Cycle Max in Wilson. We have it available on our website, and it's at Team Charlotte Motorsports. So feel free to check us out either way you put it. And if nothing else, always ride safe. Take care. Bye-bye.